I've just bought a ticket in every first class airplane seat in America because from $100 first class to a $10,000 first class seat, the prices vary drastically, which makes me wonder which one is actually most worth it. Well, to find out, I have some rules. Rule number 1, I must fly all 6 first classes in America. Rule number 2, I have to rank each one based on 4 categories: the comfort of the seat, the food, the free things that you get, and the service experience. So with that said, let's board our first flight in Puerto Rico, where the cheapest first class in America is located, being JetBlue, with first class tickets costing as low as $199. Anyway, I'm not sure what to expect out of an airline that offers such a cheap first class seat, but anyway, let's go find out, starting with the comfort of the seat. Whoa, okay, this is one of the coolest cabins I've ever seen, with the entire cabin being lit up with this super blue color, and just overall there being this super cool vibe. Like in the first minute of being on board, I made a new friend with my seatmate in front of me named Osho, and he's flown pretty much every first class of America. What would you say is the best one thus far?
Definitely prefer the Mint on the newer planes.
Okay, so JetBlue, the best.
Yeah, I really like it.
Wow. But anyway, as we take off to our first destination of New York City, let me show you guys around this incredibly impressive suite. So the first thing that you probably notice about this cabin is it's in a 1x1 configuration, with the seats themselves facing diagonally, as the window is actually behind you, which at first I wasn't that big of a fan of, but then I actually saw the suite itself and the reason why they do it, and that's legroom. Like, just take a look at all this legroom we have here. You could literally sit on the ground if you really wanted to. I'm gonna get up now. So, and in terms of the seat itself, right next to you, you have this control pad here that allows you to transform your seat into a relax feature and also a lie flat bed mode, which I gotta say, having a lie flat bed for this price is just unbelievable. So needless to say, I am shocked for comfort of the seat. Like, this is a solid 4 out of 5 rating for me. And with that said, it makes me super excited to check out the free things in this suite. But after 5 minutes of looking around, the only thing I could find was a snooze kit with earplugs and an eye mask, and water. 2 out of 5 points. However, for me, probably the most important part in a first class seat is the food. And on JetBlue, food works a little bit differently. Like, on most first classes, you get 1 main dish, but on JetBlue, you get 3 small plates. Okay, first impressions, ladies and gentlemen, this is... these are not 3 small plates. Like, these things... this is a lot of food, man. With the first plate here being the grilled mahi-mahi, the second plate being the jerk chicken with patai rice noodles, cashews, and a lime, and the third dish being the tri-colored lentil ragu. Like, I gotta say, after destroying 2 of these 3 dishes here, like, JetBlue, you are blowing me away. This is another solid 4 out of 5. However, probably the most important universal metric to grade on for an airline is the service. And you might be thinking, okay, Bobby, how are you going to grade service on an airplane? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Wheel of Truth. I made this thing last night. It has 8 different categories, and whichever it lands on, I have to test for service. The Wheel of Truth has spoken, and we have landed on probably the most difficult space of testing a 1-star review. So with that said, Carla writes, tried JetBlue first time. Sucks much. I want refund. They say unlimited refills. I get 1 drink. This is first class. How could this be? When I asked for sparkling water, they also said no more. What is going on? I want refill. Not really sure what was going on there with Carla. I mean, maybe she was referring to the alcoholic drinks, but to not get sparkling water too? That's a bit weird. Yeah, is it possible to have a second one of these?
Yes.
And is it possible to have sparkling water? Oh, great, okay. So, okay, I don't know what Clara was talking about, but we got a refill here, and not only sparkling water, but a sparkling water with, I believe that's an orange inside. Like, come on now. So anyway, this one's easy. 5 out of 5. So landing in our first destination of New York City, JetBlue, has been unbelievable. Like, just to remind you, this is the cheapest first class we're going to be taking in this entire video. It only goes up from here. And after spending an amazing day in New York by grabbing a slice of pizza and going all the way to the top of the Empire State Building, I welcome you back to the airport. Where right now we're going to be taking level 2 of first class in the US of United. Now, United was founded all the way back in 1926. It currently has a fleet size of 986, and its slogan is "Fly the Friendly Skies." Not really sure what that slogan means exactly. Maybe it's like customer service is good. Maybe it's something else is friendly, but anyway, let's go find out. Whoa, okay, this cabin is significantly bigger than JetBlue. Like, as we take off to our next destination of Los Angeles, welcome to the United first class cabin. With having 44 different first class seats in a 1-to-1 configuration, with also the seat itself facing straight forward, but having the suite be sort of like in a diagonal formation. So the legroom is solid, but definitely not as much as JetBlue's. Now, in front of you here, you obviously have a screen that's a pretty solid size, but to be honest, it looks a little bit old in my opinion. And it sucks to say, but that's kind of like how I describe this overall seat as well. With, for example, having crumbs in the crevices and even like a pill from the last passenger just on the ground. So for comfort, I mean, it's not bad, but it's also not great. So I'm gonna go with like a 2.5. However, the free things in this suite take a completely different direction, with having an actual amenity kit here. Within the amenity kit having an eye mask, some earplugs, a towelette, hand cream, and a dental kit. So overall, solid amenity kit. Definitely nothing to like write home about, but I appreciate the effort. But with that said, our flight attendant has just come by and taken our order. And unlike literally every other first class I've ever been on, United does not actually have a physical menu. And I've just gotten my food here, and one thing I didn't realize would maybe be a problem without having a menu is there's certain things on these plates here that I'm not necessarily sure what they exactly are. So starting with the things that I know for sure. We have a salad here, then our main plate of the beef with asparagus, and then some sort of like corn mixture, I think. And lastly, a mystery plate, I guess you'd say. Like, I have zero clue what this is here. It could be something sweet, it could be something salty. So I'm gonna start with that. To be completely honest, I have no idea what I just ate, and I'm gonna put that to the side. Not the biggest fan. Anyway, moving on. With the beef being super tender and flavorful. And in terms of the dessert, we went with the sundae here, which honestly just looks unbelievable. And I'm not gonna lie, the meal certainly had some ups and downs. But topping it all off with this sundae here, I'm gonna give it, let's say, 2.5. However, you already know what time it is. And I'm not gonna lie, it is like just hanging in there by a thread. Like, this thing is falling apart right now. Anyway, let's give it a spin. Oh, it's about to get real. Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed on the special request tab. And I have a list of different things that I can ask for here. So anyway, I'm gonna choose one at random here and see what happens. So what is our special request? Well, I read online that United sometimes offers cheese platters upon request. I'm not sure if it's possible, but would it be possible to try a bit of the cheese platter? Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Ah, so awesome. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit nervous asking. I don't know why, but I was like, I don't know what they're gonna say. So all I gotta say is a 5 out of 5. Has never tasted so good. Completing a unique flight, but being definitely not as good as JetBlue. But anyway, welcome to LA, where we also actually have a full day here. So first things first, tacos. Which, after eating these insanely good tacos on the beach, going to Disneyland, and video chatting with my mom for Mother's Day, which, side note, I hated not being there in person for, I welcome you back to the airport, where it is early, man, because today we're taking price level number 3 of first class of Hawaiian, which was founded in 1929. It has a fleet size of 68 aircraft, and its slogan is connecting people with aloha. Honestly, there hasn't been a slogan that I've been more excited to see what that exactly means, so let's go get connected to aloha.
Welcome aboard.
And looking around this cabin, I already feel like I'm in Hawaii. Like, for starters, all around the cabin, there's all these tropical colors illuminating the cabin. The crew is traditional Hawaiian clothing, and then every first class passenger is either offered guava juice or a Mai Tai as a welcome drink. Honestly, I don't think I've ever been on such a unique first class in my life. So as we take off, heading all the way over to Honolulu, let me show you guys around this super cool cabin. So the cabin itself is a 1-to-1 configuration, and with a capacity of 34 suites, where each suite not only has a crazy amount of legroom, but for the first time on a US carrier, a fully closable door. That's not supposed to happen. We'll come back to the door. Anyway, the suite is laid out in probably my favorite way yet. Like, just overall, everything in this suite makes sense for where it is for your convenience and comfort, with also this suite being 100% the most beautiful and unique we've seen. For example, over here, there being wood finishings, and then this sort of tropical Hawaiian pattern spread throughout the cabin. So honestly, this suite is just near perfect. So I'm gonna go like 4.5 for comfort. But anyway, probably the thing I was most excited to try on Hawaiian Airlines was the food. It's just like the cabin, the food is curated to being uniquely Hawaiian, with having legit chefs curate the meal, having a beautiful fried rice with scrambled eggs and arabiki pork sausage. Now, along with the main dish here, we have a fruit plate, a croissant, and a little like Hawaiian t-shirt guy here that is our salt and pepper actually. Now, in terms of the taste, this is restaurant quality food, as the food is seasoned with like shallots over here, and the freshness of everything tastes amazing. And to top it all off, we have the chocolate hopia crunch cake, which also looks unbelievable, and being my favorite dessert and meal of the video thus far, being definitely another 4.5, which actually means if Hawaiian keeps us up, we have a battle between JetBlue for first place. However, with that said, Hawaiian needs to survive. Say it with me.
The wheel of truth.
Honestly, I'm just gonna start doing that with like everything in my life, just like whipping out the wheel of truth. Anyway, let's give this thing a spin and let's see what we're testing Hawaiian on. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we have the bathroom cleanliness challenge. Ooh, and it is currently 3 hours into the flight, which means just about anything could have happened in there. Okay, so I welcome you all to the bathroom. Now, in terms of the design, it's a pretty typical US carrier bathroom. However, I can really see the care they put into making this the best it could be. With, for example, in the corner here, there being real flowers, the hand soap being a luxurious coconut soap, and just overall this bathroom being perfectly clean, which is honestly impressive directly after a meal service. So yeah, needless to say, I'm impressed. Like, if Hawaiian scores even a low score for the free things, we're gonna have a new leader. So for the free things, Hawaiian Airlines has nothing. They have nothing. I know. Super sad. But anyway, after a few more hours in this beautiful cabin, we're landing in Honolulu, and we're here for the day before our next flight on level 4. But first, I'm planning our day here, and what's crazy is in each destination we've been in, I've gotten the best deals by using the same travel hack of Klook. Klook is a travel booking website that seems to always have the best prices from hotels to experiences, but the hack really comes in the convenience they offer. You see, in every destination that we've been in, I've used their Klook Pass to book anything from the Empire State Building tour to Disneyland at a discounted price. As with both New York and LA Klook travel passes, they allow you to book anywhere from 2 to 6 activities. And each time you book an activity, you get an increasingly larger discount, making Klook honestly a must for any travel destination. So anyway, thanks to Klook for being a long-term partner on this channel, and be sure to click the link in the description box below and use code LivingBobbyKlook to get 10% off your first purchase. But anyway, we have a couple hours before our next flight, so it's time to explore Hawaii, which was truly an incredible time with me eating traditional Hawaiian food on the beach and just overall exploring this incredible place. But anyway, I welcome you back to the airport, and we're going to be taking the next level of first class of Alaska Airlines, which was founded in 1932. It has a fleet size of 328 planes, and their slogan is "Fly smart, land happy." Honestly, pretty self-explanatory slogan, but anyway, I've never flown Alaskan before in any class, so I have absolutely no idea what to expect. Okay, well, this is definitely different than the other first class cabins we've seen. Like, as we take off headed to Seattle, let me show you guys around this 2x2 cabin. Now, as you can see, unlike the other first classes, they don't offer any solo seating. However, the size of this suite is absolutely enormous. Like, just taking a look at the backside of my neighbor in front of me's seat, it is huge. However, you probably noticed, but there's no TV. And if I'm being honest, for this price level, This seat, I'm a little bit disappointed by, so I'm gonna go like 2 out of 5. But with that said, many people say Alaska Airlines has the best food out of any US carrier. And to Alaska's credit, they offer a lot of variety and many different options compared to US carriers. Okay, and I just got my food, and this has to be the most unique looking burger I've ever seen in my life. Like, the bun itself is purple as it's a taro bun, and the patty has pineapple jam on top. Honestly, I have no idea how that's gonna taste, so this is gonna be an interesting dinner. It's unique. Like, to be honest, the number one flavor that I taste in this burger are the sweet onions that it has on top, making for just not the best experience, which overall was the vibe for the rest of the flight, with them having no free things and with them passing the wheel of truth with supplying me with an extra blanket. But overall, for this price level, it's definitely the worst first class thus far. But anyway, after a quick layover, we're catching our next flight on what many believe is the best first class of America and price level number 5 of Delta Airlines, which was founded in 1925, has a fleet size of 985, and their slogan is "Keep Climbing."
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, you could say we've moved up to another level here.
With everything looking like it's brand new and also the cabin being enormous. And as we take off to our next destination of Atlanta, let me show you guys around this incredible seat, or should I call it a suite, as over here there's a door that closes, making the suite fully private. Now, along with that, there's some super cool features spread all around this suite. Like, for example, right in front of us here, there's this armrest area, which on this armrest area, there's this control panel here where you can adjust the seat in 3 different ways, where there's actually a bunch of space in the foot cubby to lie down in. Now, on the other side of our suite here, we have a pretty large TV being 18 inches and having pretty much any type of entertainment you can think of. Like, just look at all of these choices here. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think Delta gets a perfect score for comfort, which, as we make our way over the West Coast, makes me honestly super excited to check out all the free things that we get in this seat as well. So starting to our left here are our headphones, and normally on different airlines you get those like floppy headphones to watch different shows and movies, whereas on Delta you get fully noise canceling headphones. And with there also being a solid amenity kit with an eye mask, pen, wooden toothbrush, and lotion, so I'm gonna say solid 3.5. And with that in mind, breakfast time is beginning, and honestly, as we've seen, food can really be the difference maker in these seats, with us going with the cheddar frittata and roasted potatoes, with on the side having yogurt and granola, a pretty flaky croissant, and Starbucks coffee in a legit mug. But the question is, how will it taste? Okay, I'm honestly insanely impressed with this food, with the frittata being both well cooked and super cheesy. So overall, from the presentation to the taste, this is a solid 4 out of 5. However, can Delta survive?
The wheel of truth.
I love doing that. Anyway, let's spin this thing. Oh my gosh, and with the Wheel of Truth selecting the call button test. You see, on every first class seat in the world, there's a little call button where you can press and it calls a flight attendant to your seat. On some airlines, it's almost automatic. On others, they sometimes even forget that you called. So how this is gonna work is I'm gonna press a button and order a drink, but every minute they don't come, it will be minus 1 point of the service rating. So let the test begin.
What can I get for you?
Can I just get a water bottle?
The water bottle?
Yeah.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Okay, that must be like record time. That was literally like 20 seconds. Meaning, as we land in our next destination of Atlanta, Delta has officially taken the lead for best first class. And after eating probably the best fried chicken of my life and walking around Atlanta, I took a connecting flight up to New York for the most expensive first class in America of American Airlines. Now, American Airlines was founded in 1930. It has a fleet size of 988 planes, and its slogan is "Let Good Take Flight," as their purpose is to not only help people travel to where they're going, but also to help communities lift off. I'm not gonna lie, that's a very deep slogan for an airline, but anyway, let's go check out what this first class airplane seat is like. I am shocked. Like as we take off to our next destination of San Francisco, the first thing I notice is this is by far the most exclusive cabin we've been in thus far, having a 1-by-1 configuration with only 5 rows, meaning there's only 10 first-class passengers here. Now how each suite works is there's no door, but every seat is sort of like faced in the opposite direction of each other, so you have a decent amount of privacy. And in terms of entertainment, it's not as good as Delta, but it's pretty solid. But I think my favorite part of this seat actually comes below us, with the legroom just being absolutely enormous, with having not one but 2 different places to place your feet depending on how you want to have your seat. So making for, I mean, what I would say is a pretty solid comfort rating. However, in terms of the free stuff, this is where the price starts to make sense, with having not one but 3 different free things here. Of first, a pretty nice amenity kit, which has a eye mask, Joanna Vargas hand and body lotion, relevant lip balm, earplugs, and a dental kit. And ladies and gentlemen, that is just the start of the free things in America. Like, for example, in this pouch here, we have something that I haven't seen yet of slippers, with last but not least having this enormous bag here, with inside having a blanket, a pillow, and a down comforter. So this is without a doubt the best free things category we've seen thus far. And with that said, food is also elevated with having a full 3-course meal.
So Brad,
Oh, yes, please.
we have a cinnamon biscuit croissant. You can have one of each.
I'm gonna have one of each. Yeah, thank
Why
you.
not?
You're the best. Thank you. This is amazing. I love this. Manny is the best. Okay, first impressions. This meal, this is a bit more luxurious than the other airlines. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, we have champagne, with the fruit being super fresh, the smoothie being incredible, the cinnamon roll being delicious. We are getting started off strong here with this meal. Like, in terms of course number 2, we have the American breakfast, and with everything tasting super delicious.
Would you like another one?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, everybody comment, Manny is the best. And continuing on to the 3rd course, we have a beautiful, and I mean stunning, cheese platter, truly completing the best meal we've had on any airline thus far, which actually means we have a very tight battle here that's going to come down to the wheel of truth. So let's see where this lands. Ladies and gentlemen, we officially have the snack test. Well, the snack test is very straightforward. Do they offer snacks after a meal? So I'm going to go ask Manny and see what he has to offer. Okay, my mind is officially blown. Like, I just went up and asked Manny what type of snacks they could offer me for the snack test, and he brought me to not one but 2 snack areas where they had a whole entire basket of snacks. Oh my gosh, and along with the snacks, Manny just brought over a hot chocolate chip cookie.
Second?
Oh, sure, why not? Yeah, they're so nice and warm.
Yeah, freshly baked.
So for service, I think I have to go even higher at a 5.5. And after flying every first class in America, I gotta say, some were better than others, but honestly in the end I found that it's not even about the seat, but more so who you're flying to. So with that said, I have one last special flight where I'm headed home for the first time in 6 months to surprise my mom for a belated Mother's Day. Surprise!
Oh my god, I'm so happy. This is the best gift in the whole wide world. What do you think, Olive?
Alright, we're gonna go hang out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye!